Going to guys back real quick. If you guys saw the fights last night, former WBO super middleweight champ Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez, um, he won by I think fifth round stoppage. Looked good. It was actually a fun scrap against Tommy Carpensee, um, former light heavyweight title challenger. It was pretty cool. Wasn't a bad fight. Um, Gilberto possibly broke Tommy's rib, probably second or third round, and fifth round he just didn't leave his corner, so they stopped the fight. Um, Zerto was huge. I know Andre Ward and Timothy Bradley cracked that Zerto might have been 195. He definitely looked big. He definitely looked huge at light heavy. I don't know if that was his official weight or they're just messing around. Maybe. I mean, he definitely looked bigger. So, and Tommy Carpenter, he's a natural light heavyweight. So, um, he probably was like 185 or so. So, Zerto definitely looked the bigger of the two. So, I don't know how he made 168 for as long as he did, but solid performance, good body work, good activity from Zerto. Um, he's not a polished fighter, but he can scrap. Um, it was his first fight at light heavyweight. He was just really big. Um, they like Carpenter was able to land some solid shots, but he never looked like he hurt Zerto at all. Not saying he's a pillow puncher or anything, but Zerto looked comfortable in there. Good body work. He was just a little bit busier. Thought he was landing the cleaner, more effective shots, especially to the body. Um, he definitely has to sharpen up in terms of his other tools, in terms of like a jab, cutting the ring off. He kind of was just burling his way in. Um, when he steps up in competition, it's not going to be that easy. But he definitely could have a decent size advantage. His power seemed like he carried up pretty well. Um, so we'll see what happens. Light heavyweight, it's definitely a solid division. You got Vodstick, who's also a top ranked ESPN. He's the WBC champ. You got Marcus Brown. You got Dimitri Bivol, who I like. Sullivan Barrera. Um, you got Kovalev possibly fighting Yard in June. Probably in Russia. Might take the winner. Um, he'll either end up fighting Kovalev, Yard winner, or possibly Vodstick. Vodstick just fought, I think, last week or 2 weeks ago. He won by stoppage. Um, and then Artur Beterbiev, he's fighting pretty soon. I think he fights in May. I can't remember who he's fighting. I'll have to check up on that, but he's fighting soon. I think it's on the zone. I would like Bivol and Beterbiev to unify those belts, the WBA, IBF belt, and then he can venture his way towards ESPN. So, um, light heavyweight's not a stacked division, but there is talent there. Like I said, Fostic, Bivol, Kovalev, Yard. I think he's too green for Kovalev, but we'll see what happens. Um, Zerto just moved up. I think Jesse Hart's also moving up to 175. Caleb Smith has been flirting with the idea of moving up to 175. Still got Sullivan Barrera. Who else they got? I don't know how Badu Jack's gonna be. I think that's a permanent scar he's got on his head now. So I don't know. There's still Leandro Alvarez as well. They might try to make that fight happen. That's a tough style for him too. So we'll see. 175 definitely has a lot of potential for some good fights. Definitely check in for the later fights today, as we got undisputed fight with Clarissa Shields versus Christina Hammer. That's gonna be a tough fight. I'm leaning mainly with Shields just because mostly her athleticism, her ability to do a little bit more. But Christina Hammer, she could box. Really good boxer. Solid 1-2. I think an uppercut she'll probably want to use if Clarissa Shields. Sometimes she squares her feet when she throws combinations. A lot like Danny Jacobs in that regard. When they throw combinations, they square their feet a lot. Susceptible to some counter hooks and uppercuts. Um, I think the uppercuts what put Shields down when she fought Hannah Gabriel. So that's definitely something they're gonna want to look into. But Hammer versus Shields, that's a really good fight. Really good style matchup. So we'll see what happens. I'm leaning with Shields, but if Christina beat her, it wouldn't shock me. It's a good fight. But let me know what you guys think about Zurdo, his future at 175. Let me know what you think about Shields versus Hammer tonight. Other than that, drop a comment, like, subscribe. Stay tuned.